Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's talk is going to be about location, location, location. And it's going to have two main messages. One, location products is going to be huge. And two, when you are working together as a startup with a corporate, location is important. We'll get back to that. So, we decided to fall in love. And falling in love is hard. And you need to find a party that has some complementary skills. That happened with us with Telia. Telia is a huge corporation, 20,000 something employees. They have a huge brand, huge ambitions, but they couldn't seem to get their location products out the door. Introducing Unacast. Agile, smart, funny, beautiful, and a perfect partner to the Butch corporate. We decided to build something together, and that's what I'm going to talk about here today. In 9 months from now, we're going to have a baby. And that baby is first going to be introduced to you here today. A baby between Telia, the corporate, and Unacast, the startup. So why is this so very, very cool? Why is location so potentially huge? Well, it's because most of our interactions, most of our activities is not in the digital realm, but in the physical. 70% of our active awake time is connected to a physical activity. And in large, that activity is not captured in today's data platforms or in today's product. It's a black box. So Unacast decided to do something about that, and we built the real-world graph to be the central platform for real-world data. This is very, very hard indeed, because you have thousands, if not tens of thousands of different sources with different strengths, different weaknesses, that all have to interoperate to give you a unified view of the physical world. At the same time, you have to present this to a multitude of industries and use cases, each having their different needs to the data sets. And that's what Unacast built. So we launched at South by Southwest in March 2015, raised our seed round shortly after, then our A round, and then our B round in February this year, or 140 million NOK. And this is where Telia, our lover, came into the picture as a minority share owner. And this is what we're going to talk about today. Our mission is to provide superior knowledge of the real world so that others can build products on top. And that's just what Telia needed. Because opposite other typical data sets, CRM data, transactional data, etc., you cannot activate location data directly. It is not fully formed. It is not a conclusion. It's a point on the planet, a GPS coordinate or something similar, but it doesn't say anything about who or why. That's where companies like Unacast comes in and takes that raw location data and adds context, so that companies like Telia can use that fully formed definition and conclusion to build their products. And that activation was just what Telia needed.
Exactly, Xiaodong. Thanks. So what do we bring to the table? So as Telia, we have massive data assets generated by our massive mobile network. With millions of subscribers, we have signals from all the cell towers and devices, which we can leverage into location products. And at the same time, we have a very strong brand and trusted brand. Especially on the B2B side, we have a lot of enterprise and public sector customers trusting us for their ICT products. Now we want to bring that to the next level. But we as Telia are not particularly strong when it comes to building platform and also working with complex data yet. So that's where we want to accelerate by bringing partners like Unacast. So together, having the corporate startup marriage and together benefiting the outcome, which will be location products that benefit the greater good. So that's why we came together. So how do we do that? We actually moved in together into Unacast, so basically Unacast office. So our ambition level here is really we want to start in Norway, build in Norway, but go beyond, much more beyond. We want to be globally relevant. We want to put Norway on the mark of location inside the landscape as an important player around the globe. And we also have a really good partnership between these two companies, between a corporate and startup. And we want to do it differently. This is where we have, equal say, and we actually give even more lead to the startup in driving this project. And what's more, so what we're going to do here is really focusing on location, 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 as Xiaotang put. So we want to together explore, build, commercialize, and scale location products across our footprint and much beyond. So how do we do that? We have jointly established one team together. So instead of having two teams in two different companies coordinating, we have one team together, sitting in the Unacast office. We actually created a small mini startup co-founded by us too.
Yeah.
And so we're really, leveraging fully the agility and speed from the startup mentality and combining our corporate power with startup attitude. And we walk the talk. So also, we really want to put customers as the #1 in our collaboration. So we're working really in a customer-driven and customer-centric way by getting out of the building, talk to the customers, and bringing in their input as the input for our product development and activities. So what exactly are we going to do together? So I just show you a little bit, like a teaser. We are going to help you guys understand how the whole Norway are moving. So that's our ambition. So how do we actually do that? So we are going to turn our massive data assets into location insights, as I mentioned, and that will benefit different industries. Just a few examples. Transportation, urban mobility, they will benefit from the insights. Retail, commercial real estate, another major vertical will have value benefiting from this location insights. Urban planning, helping them for strategic planning, long-term planning. Out of media, those are just a few examples. But the unique thing here is not really we're building yet another product, but we're not only taking only the commercial point of view from here, we are also doing this for the greater good of the society. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals are the focus not only for Telia Company, but also Unacast. We want to build products that actually benefit the society. One concrete example within the transportation part would be using our location insights to understand how people are moving across the city. And then you can do much better, much smarter planning regarding different routes and how to optimize the transportation. And that will then, reduce energy consumption and also give us a greener world to live in. So that's what we aim for, really. So, Xiaodang, we're doing much more than this.
Yes, we are. And we are right now building these products. And that means that there's still an opening for companies, stakeholders, governmental bodies to join us, come in, talk to us, teach us, tell us about your needs and how you can use movement and mobility data from the whole of Norway to inform your products and decisions. And not only to experience that, but also to see how you can experience a new type of corporate and startup collaboration. In this very room, at Oslo Innovation Week, there's a lot of talk about power couples, how startups and corporate can fit together. And there has been some examples in Norway lately about how that can go very, very wrong. We think we have found an optimal way of doing it, where the corporate, the big guy, the one seeking love, is moving in with the startup and working on our turf, working on our methods, and bringing products to market fast. That is something that we hope to do together with you as well. So you can find me and Chapa on all social media, of course, but here you have the details in case you want to write them down now. And thank you for having us. Thank you.